Hello and welcome to PlayStation Best Friends Presents Faster Than Reloading, episode 22. This is part 1 of our 2-part next-gen special. So we officially have information on the Xbox Series X and Series S models, and it was just announced overnight this morning that this coming Wednesday, and that is September the 16th, I believe, will be Sony's PlayStation 5 conference. They didn't officially say we're getting a price and a release date, but if it's not there, I don't know when the hell it's going to be. So we'll be back Wednesday for part 2. This is going to be more of an abridged episode. We're really just going to focus on Xbox and then give our predictions for what we might see on Wednesday. So let's just get right into it. Jeff, do you want to take us away with what Xbox has revealed regarding the Series X and the Series S? You want to start from the beginning, bro? Bring us from the beginning.
From the beginning, in the middle of the night, I think like 11 p.m. or something, people started, I think it was one website in particular, I forgot what it was, but started leaking all like actual press information of like the Series S, like it looked legit like assets. Do you guys think that was fake at all or no?
The cinematic stuff leaked too, bro. So I mean, it's as real as it can get.
A lot of stuff leaked. Then Xbox official account, like 2 hours later, like at 1 a.m. or something, like sent posted the meme of like the dog, like or whatever it is, puppet,
like this is fine,
or the monkey, I think.
Yeah. Oh no,
not
the one,
this is the one like looking around. Yeah. And then I think like a couple hours after that, at like 4 a.m. or something, they were like, "Fuck it, let's drop the official stuff." They announced.
They just confirmed it first, like it's the Xbox S.
Oh yes, good call. Yeah.
Because later in the day, like actually in the morning, like around like 10 a.m. my time, Central Time, that's when they actually like confirmed it and dropped the price and dropped everything else.
Yeah, after the cute meme acknowledgement, then they're like, all right, here's the image, more information soon, smallest Xbox. And then a couple hours later, then they're like, all right, introducing Xbox Series S, delivering next-gen performance in our smallest Xbox ever, available November 10th at $300. So essentially, it's what it sounds like. It's a really small Xbox. White has
really small.
Really small, yeah, like comparable to like the current One X in size. And
like
you may
so that probably.
Yeah, the main pitch on this one is that it is, first of all digital, no disk drive, and is pretty effing powerful. Not as powerful as a Series X, but they're calling it, your step into the next gen. It has the same CPU as the Xbox Series S. However, the GPU is significantly weaker, which means, further down the line games might not run as well. And and then its focus is made on the Game Pass. And there's actually some cool monthly payment stuff you could do. Starting at $25, you can get the Xbox All Access stuff, which it bundles in a Game Pass Ultimate subscription for 2 years, and you pretty much end up paying, I think, like $50 less than the main system.
It's a lot more. You're saving a lot. Let's just say that.
So what was it like? It's $10 more a month than getting Game Pass Ultimate, and you're getting the console.
I think you're saving about $50 after if you were to be paying Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years, and if you bought it.
So how much? How much is it?
Doesn't sound right.
If you just pay the 24 times the 20, what is it? $25?
25 times 24
is 600.
How much is that?
So it's 600, and then 15 times 24 is 360 plus. So you're saving $60.
$60? Okay. Which is not a bad deal.
It's basically a free year of Xbox Live. So
yes,
think about that. Or a free game.
Okay,
let's stop here and let's talk about this, and then we'll move to the X.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to just real quick throw in that EA Play is now going to be included in
Yes,
Ultimate as well?
That's a great call too.
And that's another saving if you're getting that, and it's included in Game Pass for PC as well.
Yeah.
Now Game Pass for PC is going up to $10, whereas it was $5 and $5 on PC. So it's going to end up being the same. It's just at least you don't have to have separate payment methods for that, I guess.
Something that I wanted to say when I'll let you finish, but the GPU, talking about the GPU, it's focusing in 1440p.
Yes, good call.
Instead of 4K, but most of the games are probably gonna run at 1080. Let's just be realistic here. And they're actually focusing too, which is like I think the most important thing for all these consoles, 120 frames. I think
60 really is I would be happy with 60.
Dude, but for the people that have the monitors or the TVs that could run games at 120, I think that's gonna be the game changing thing that people are gonna like notice and see, and they're gonna be like, this is why we're jumping to the next console. Like I feel like people are missing that, and until they see it, that's when it's gonna click.
I mean, I've been championing 1080p 60 frames over 30 frames 4K for years and years. I think that 4K this generation was the biggest mistake that they could have made. And I think if they focused on getting games at 60 frames 1080p this generation and locked it down, I think games would have been even better next gen. But here we are. So, I mean, at least we're getting it. At least we're finally going to get games running at 60 frames across the board.
For a quick example, I'm going to use Jeff in this example. Jeff, why did you jump to PC on Destiny?
Load times.
Did the frames did anything for you?
Oh, they did, but it was mostly load times. The frames are much nicer. Even though
can your PC do 60?
Yeah, it's
like 60 over 60.
Nah, I don't push it over 60 because I like having higher visuals.
V-Sync on.
Oh, okay.
I run that shit at Ultra 120.
See, there you go. Like, if you go from there and then go back to the PS4, like, is that a difference or not?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The 60 on PC,
exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, it does look good in 4K. Don't get me wrong. On PS4 Pro,
the frames, bro.
But the performance, it's not.
Especially now that Call of Duty has announced that it's gonna be at 120 and the new consoles. Dude, I'm thinking of buying a new fucking monitor.
You know what it feels like? It feels like all the games that were previously targeting 60 and that seem to care about frame rate. You know, Call of Duty's always been a 60 company, 60 franchise. And it seems like those guys are being like, yeah, you know what? Let's go 120.
Especially for shooters.
Especially for shooters. Whereas like the developers that have always been, 4K first seem to be still pushing the 4K rather than the frames.
Plus, especially for COD, it helps because the cross-platform stuff with PC. That's going to narrow everything together.
Especially Warzone.
Speaking of COD, that's going to take up a lot of gigs on your hard drive. A big difference between the S and X is the S has the same solid state hard drive, however, half the amount of space. So it's the Gen 4 NVMe SSD, but it's at 512 gigabytes, whereas the Xbox Series X is a full terabyte. Of course, also, we're just double checking this, but both for the Xbox next-gen Xboxes and the PS5, you can use any old standard HDD for backwards compatible old PS4 games, Xbox One games. However, you'll need a proprietary for Xbox expansion drive, who only is by Seagate right now, to play more than 512 gigabytes worth of Series X next-gen games.
Anthony, give us the rumor on those prices.
For the externals, I think it was like $229. It was a rumor price for the 1 terabyte right? For 1 terabyte for the expansion storage.
I mean, it is a lot.
That's insane. That's insane, man.
I mean,
it's lot. It's over 2/3 the price of the Series S. It's more expensive than a Switch Lite.
What they're promising with these drives, if they are truly these fastest things ever, I'm also saying I also believe that the ones that work with the PS5, those solid state that Mark Cerny was talking about, that you could buy later when the third-party manufacturers catch up to it, I think those are going to be really expensive too. So,
but at least you can find deals on it. The Xbox ones are going to be proprietary.
That's what I was going to go.
Yes,
I'm worried Xbox, that's going to be, I mean, not that it matters to me specifically because I'm not getting a Series X.
PlayStation Vita.
If I get a Series S, it's going to be a Halo box. So, but for Xbox owners, I mean, exactly. Is this going to be the memory stick all over again? So,
it could be.
I don't know.
Unless Xbox is like after a year they're more open and give the technology to different companies.
It's still a proprietary form factor, though.
I know that, but if they give it to what's it called? The HB one. There's Seagate. What's the other one? The other big one.
Western Digital.
Yes, that one. Western Digital. Like, if they give it to them and, like, the prices start going down because of there's some type of competition, like, it might go down, but I don't think so.
Even still, it'll never be as cheap as commercially viable storage that you can use in a computer.
I'm just trying to be, optimistic.
But hold on.
A proprietary form factor for the Xbox is never going to drop as low as
Oh no,
a
I
PC
agree on
hard
that.
drive,
But
or a PC storage drive.
Yeah, so it's currently, they showed even like what it looks like. It's currently a proprietary thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple of years they update the OS to allow a USB SSD of some sort.
That
They
could
kind-
happen.
Transfer rates might not be fast enough over USB.
True. Maybe, I don't know, I guess. I mean, I'm just thinking. Because they did that kind of with the one. Because the one at launch, I don't think it was able to play off the hard drive external games. Was it? The PS4 couldn't. I remember that.
I don't remember,
But then it got
because
updated.
I didn't get
it.
I didn't get an external for my Xbox
Yeah,
until a while after, so I just don't remember if it did.
It could have
it was the same thing.
It could have been the PS4, yeah, but they needed an update to play games off the external. So maybe that can happen with the solid state. You are right. Transfer could be an issue. So we'll have to see.
Obviously, the speeds are gonna go down. Whatever you could transfer from it.
Yeah.
But they may be able to do it later on.
So the S, we talked about that. That's a brand new console. I mean, it's been literally leaked for like all year. Is this the Scarlet? I think this is the Scarlet, right? Or Scarlet, the streaming one.
Scarlet. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, this is
I don't think
the
there's.
Scarlet.
I don't think a streaming one is real anymore. I think
It was always just this. Yeah.
I think it was this, and I think they probably realized like they have to be able to at least download games on it.
Yeah.
There's rumors. There's another one.
No, that's fake.
We'll see.
Ryan
Maybe like a
McCaffrey was
Chrome
like, I
blessing.
can't believe people think this is real.
It's
Like it was the Series V. It was like rumored to be in between.
Oh
the
yeah,
S
yeah,
and
yeah.
the X.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's made up.
But either way, Series S, $300, solid piece. Now let's talk about what the actual next-gen system Xbox is putting out. That finally has the two pieces of information we have been looking for. The Xbox Series X, the most powerful console ever.
They revealed this 2 days after, right? Or the next
No,
day?
a couple hours. This post was at September 9th at 6 a.m., yeah. So November 10th is when the S and the X will be dropping, November 10th. A Tuesday,
Sunday.
actually. And the system will also be part of the All Access, but at a flat price, it is $500, $499 for the most powerful console ever made. What are we thinking about that number?
It's a better deal for $500 than the launch Xbox One was for $500.
Yes.
By far.
You know what I mean? So,
Far.
and I'm like accounting for inflation in processing power and all that stuff.
Yes.
Like obviously if you compare them 1-to-1 now, it's like the Xbox One original is worth shit. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a surprising price. I thought that they were going to be the box that was going to be $600. Just because there's so much tech in the Series X.
You can't build a PC with the same specs for $500.
The GPU is going to cost you that much.
Yeah.
If not more.
So yeah, this is a great price. I think 500 is cool. Makes sense.
Let's say something real quick. The GPU is probably comparable to like a 2080, right? Around there, maybe.
So they say.
Around there. I'm just saying, like around there. I'm not saying.
I'm not familiar with AMD cards, so I don't know what. Like I don't know.
I'm just going with like what it supposedly it does, right?
It better be able to at least be a 2080. You know what I mean?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Maybe not
probably
a
like
TI,
2080, and a 2080 still is like $500, $600.
Yeah, well, they're about to drop now, but I know
Obviously, but that's the price on them just on the GPU, and the
that's what I'm saying.
CPU.
So,
And the CPU is like actually really, really fucking good compared to what we have for PCs.
Also, don't forget that this is $35 a month if you want to go all access, which of course you're saving. I think less than $60, but a good amount of money.
that's not bad though. For the Series S, for the Series X, it's only 35.
Yes, 35.
That's not even that bad. I mean, I'm not doing it, but that's not like if I was an Xbox fan, I would probably just do that.
Especially right now, like for a lot of people, like instead of dropping what is it, 500 plus the Game Pass stuff if you want to get it.
But you know what? That's how they
$35 a month. I mean,
that's how they kind of train players into kind of converting Xbox into a service. You know what I mean? Because we keep saying, you know, the next generation of Xbox really is just Game Pass. And that's kind of how they're going to convert it into that, is you're turning your Xbox into a subscription. So I mean, I know they've done this back since the One S. So I mean, I know it's not anything new, but I think that this is when they really focus on that. I think this is where we're going to see a lot more marketing for that.
Because especially if you should just not put your head in the mind of someone buying this, you have for 24 months, you're paying your monthly payment to pay off the big system you just bought. and you're used to having full access to Game Pass Ultimate with all EA and everything. So you're used to all this. And now the 24th month, you did it 2 years. You still want to play all these games. You're most likely going, and especially if you're in the middle of the game, you're most likely going to continue your subscription.
And then it's just going to go down to 15 instead of 25.
Yeah, and you can be like, oh, I'm saving money now, And I think this is going to, I'm very interested in their 2 years from now numbers on.
You're only saving $20
when you buy the X.
Yeah, the 35 deal. It's only $20.
It's still a saving, and it's still not $500 up front plus $15 a month.
So yeah, those are those two systems. Like we said, their launch offerings is nothing. It's literally just they actually some interesting facts. They brought the Assassin's Creed Valhalla launch date up to the. I
was going to say it's almost like they're treating that as a launch game.
Watch Dogs Legion, that's coming out a little early, end of October on last gen, but that'll be their launch. So
Call of Duty's going to be there too. A couple days after.
A couple days after.
Was it the 18th for Call of Duty?
13th for Call of Duty.
13th. Yeah, on that Friday.
13th.
So, let's just kind of sum it up with this is how they describe it. This is the best generation of gaming yet. Gaming has evolved in the last decade to make it easier, simpler, and more affordable for any player to make that first connection with a new world, a new story, or a new friend. With a family of next-gen Xbox consoles, even greater variety and value with Xbox Game Pass, and an expansion to Xbox All Access, we invite everyone to join us for the next generation of gaming. So, it's a solid message. I like it.
One thing that I want to bring up real quick. How is the controller still using AA batteries?
Oh, wow, it is?
Yes. Listen, my friend Brandon prefers AA batteries. Why? I don't know.
I guess you could have like the rechargeable fucking little things that you buy for like, what is it called? The battery?
They have the charge and play packs or whatever.
Is that those? I guess you could do that and just like switch them, but it's like.
Why not USB-C? Wild.
Yeah, the fact that it's still not USB-C is kind of crazy to me. It's really not, or you're just assuming.
It is. There is.
I was going to say, there's no way it's not USB-C.
There is. I mean, the controller looks like obviously.
Wait, is it batteries or USB? I don't. What
are you talking about?
The connection. Excuse me. The connection is going to be USB-C,
but it's USB-C, but like on the PlayStation, like it's rechargeable internal battery. The Xbox controller,
you need to buy the plug and play kit.
Yes.
You need to buy the rechargeable battery to be able to charge it, but it does connect through USB-C. So, like, if you want to use it on your computer, you can use USB-C.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, okay, that is funny. But however, shouts out that you can use an Xbox Series X, whatever. Yes, I don't think it's called the Series X controller, but you could use the new Xbox controller with the special triggers and all that with the Xbox current one, the current Xbox One. I think that's cool. Imagine buying a DualShock. I mean, the 4 was working with the 3. The DualShock 4 was working with PS3, but it was like you couldn't hit the home button and stuff like that. I don't think this DualSense will not work with the PS4. So I kind of like it is a similar controller, the new Xbox controller, just adding a new button and some texture.
Did they? They said DualSense doesn't work with PS4 games. I know they said DualShock 4 won't work with PS5 games. They said DualSense won't work backwards.
They did not confirm. I guess that's true. They didn't say either way if the DualSense will work with the PS4.
Because I know they said DualShock 4 won't work with.
Yeah, they specified that.
Which I don't know why everyone's so up in arms about that. DualSense is a new controller. That's why.
Yep.
The new Xbox controller is just the same Xbox controller with a button in the middle. That's why it's still compatible. So I don't know why people.
No, the argument's clear. The argument's like, dude, why can't I? The new Overcooked collection comes out on PS5. Why can't I use my DualShock 4 to play that? It's literally 2 buttons and move. I don't need
not DualShock.
No, why can't I use my DualShock to play on my PS5 the new Overcooked?
But did they say all PS5 games, or did they say PS5 like first party?
I don't know if I don't know if the option's there for developers. That would be great. That would be really cool.
Like that would be nice.
If I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care. I'm just gonna use a controller that
you specifically, and also me as well. But I'm just saying for that situation, Overcooked is a fucking launch game, or it's coming out like launch window. I think that kind of is a great example for where someone would buy a PS5 and want to play the new Overcooked collection.
That's a good point.
With
baby, you could go in to the website and order up to fucking 4 controllers, okay?
Up to 2. I think up to 2.
You could pre-order 2 controllers, all right?
And then the one, if you get lucky, dude. If I get fucking chosen this week, okay. So I think that's about it on the Xbox stuff. Did anyone have any final closing comments? I think, I guess we can start comparing to.
let's
Well,
mention.
I don't want to do a full comparison until we
Not
have
a
the
full
official.
comparison, but now we know that it's 500. Miguel, say one thing before.
I want to do say that according to Charlie Intel, I guess they talked to an Infinity Ward developer. Supposedly the Xbox Series S could be a bottleneck for the next gen development for some of their games, which is kind of obvious, just because of the GPU. They're not gonna be able to
Right, of course.
Get that super fucking realistic
Well,
stuff.
I think it was before we started recording.
on.
I think we're going to see a lot of games doing 60 frames, 1440p, because that's going to be the Series S cap. I think a lot of
I hope not.
AAA games will probably target 4K, but I think a lot of indie games will be targeting 1440p.
Run it like that. I think the AAA games are gonna try to get to 4K just because some NBA 2K can do fucking native 4K on the PS4 Pro and on the Xbox One X. It can.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I think honestly, it's going to be dependent on the sales of this Series S. Excuse me.
I see the Series S selling a lot more units than the Series X.
No, true. Yeah, true. But I'm saying because the Infinity Ward developer is saying when games start releasing only for next gen. So let's say in 3 years, and let's say in 3 years the Series S has terrible sales. I don't see developers really giving a shit to develop for that lower console. They'll just be developing for the X and the PS5.
But I think it's going to sell well, so I think it will.
If it sells, then that will. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna perform as. They're gonna still fucking do it for the best console. And they're gonna try. They're gonna do it for the best console, the best
highest.
And they're just gonna lower the settings for this because it's at the end of the day, it's pretty much like your PC, like what PC users are doing. Yeah. Like with for Call of Duty, there's so many specs for PC that you're making sure it runs at the best PC. Whoever has the best fucking PC they could run it.
They would just give you the option to just give us an advanced button so that we can turn on sliders, and then you just leave the advanced button off for casual people. I don't. In a couple years, I could see that happening, bro. We'll see. Do we want to get into predictions for PS5?
Yeah, so let's talk about. So now we don't really know what the prices were going to be before this. Now we know for a fact the most Xbox is willing to sell theirs is at 500. So after this game of chicken, if PlayStation goes above 500, they will be the more expensive console. They will have that on them. I personally think they will match Xbox. We'll go around into everyone's predictions. But I think they're going to go with 5.
Price for both versions, the digital and disc, and then date.
I see 500, 400 physical, disc, and then no disc breakdown. So they won't have the cheapest console. Xbox will beat them on that. But they'll have the $400 digital, which is still more powerful, or not more powerful, as powerful as the X, just missing the drive. So they kind of beat them on that. So the 400, 500. And date, I see PlayStation committing, of course, always. They're a very Friday-centric company since, I think a couple of years ago. But I see the 13th is way too close to the Xbox. It's a little ballsy, 3 days after. It is the day Call of Duty comes out, so, there's some connection there. But I think they are willing to take the week, give Xbox the week, and I'm going to go with the 20th of November at $400 and $500.
Okay. I'm going to go... I'm going to say 400 and 449.
Oof.
For the digital.
You want a disc? Give me $50. That's interesting.
I think that they're because I feel like
you're saying for the disc $449?
$449 for the disc version, $400, $399 for the digital version. Because I feel like how much could a disc drive actually cost? You know what I mean?
True.
For a $100 difference seems a little crazy.
It's weird, yeah. If the specs are the same.
And I can't see them selling it for $350, which if it was $350 and $400, that'd be awesome. So I hope I'm wrong on my $400.
That is the price it sells, $400.
So
yeah, 400 was what the PS4 was.
So I'm going to go 400 and 450. That way they could say they still have a version that is the same price as the PS4.
I like that.
And the date I am going to go. Let me pull up the calendar. November.
You can copy me if you want.
I'm going to say November. I'm going to say the 17th. It's a Tuesday.
Ooh, the Tuesday. Okay, I like it.
I'm going to say classic Tuesday.
Keeping it old school. Miguel, what you got? What are you feeling? What's your take?
So I'm in two in two fucking situations here. I could just tell you what I think really quick, but I could just drag it a little bit, make it a little intense. But
give the reason.
I got fear that they're gonna go PS3 on us and feel confident and cocky and go 600 and like 550.
That is my nightmare.
And be like, if you can afford it, go fucking get another job.
Could you imagine the PS3 all over again? My God.
I think it still would sell. I
mean, it's gonna sell, but it's gonna fucking. It's like the PS3
all over again. It's gonna have to catch up,
and then it's just, and then they didn't do it like it. Okay, that's my fear. It might happen, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
I'm scared of $5.99 as well. I'm very scared of seeing the letters or the numbers.
And I'm not like saying scared because I can't drop the fucking whatever the money it is. Like I would be fine with
I have the money saved. I just don't want to spend that much.
Yes, but I will fear that it's gonna just PlayStation is gonna unravel. I don't think
because that's the difference between me being able to get like a headset in a couple games versus
exactly. That's extra $100. You could get a headset in like a couple games.
Or whatever. What? Just that headset.
Hey, bro.
So what's the prediction?
You never know, all right?
I mean, I already have Call of Duty pre-ordered, so I mean, I at least have one game to play, I guess.
Yeah. My prediction is... See, I could even see them being like, fucking let's eat it, and be like 400 and 350. But I don't think it's going to go that way. I think it's going to be 500 for the disc and 400 for the digital edition.
Okay, so that's my call.
And they're gonna be like, let's eat the extra of whatever it is, because they're already losing. Like the X and the PS5 are losing money with selling the console at this price.
100%,
yes,
100%.
They're already losing money, but like you need to invest for the future. And and I've been saying it from the beginning, if you price the fucking physical edition at 500 and the digital edition at 400. You don't need to worry about the disc. All those sales, all that extra money is gonna accumulate for Sony. So they're gonna make the money there, and if they sell it at 400, I can see more people just buying the digital edition just because it's $100 less.
I mean, the Series S is digital only too. I feel like no one's even really talking about that. I feel like everyone's just talking about the cheaper price. So
yeah, I tried to mention that, but yeah, it has no disc.
But the problem is that the fucking SSD is like half the size, and over here at least it's gonna be the same, supposedly the same size. For both, it's gonna be 800 and something.
Consoles, yeah. Both
SSD.
Of the PS5.
Yes, the only difference is the disk drive, supposedly, and it just looks super sexy without the fucking disk drive, in my opinion.
Oh, it does look so nice without it. I'm just scared to get. So okay, so based on the prices we've all predicted,
real quick,
oh yeah,
and then right. My date, I'm thinking just be like with Call of Duty, release with Call of Duty, and just be the 13. Yes, it would be like day and day, fucking get the PS4, the like don't they usually like if they supposedly release like the 13, don't you like supposedly get it like the 12 like around 10 or something and pick it up?
Some places probably do early releases.
Some places, right? Like 2 hours before midnight or something like that.
Places, but
I could see that happening. So you could get Call of Duty and the fucking console the same fucking night.
I'm with it.
I think that, or if not, it's gonna be the fucking the 17. But I'm leaning towards the 13.
Okay. Now, based on the price predictions we've given for ourselves, would you be going the digital or the disc? I think I'm scared to go digital because I have so many PS4 games that I want to play on PS5. That's my worry.
See, my thing is,
like, I don't want to rebuy. Like if I have to rebuy those games, is it going to cost as much as just buying the disc version? Yeah.
See, the games that I would like to play on the PS5, I already own digitally. Because I thought about that, like Ghost of Tsushima, I want to play finish it on the PS5.
I got digitally because I was thinking that, but 2 years ago when I bought Days Gone, or was Days Gone last year? Whenever I bought Days Gone, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I started.
Days Gone's a game I want to go back to. But
this is the year that I started buying games digitally, like the games that I know I want to play on the PS5.
Yeah, I mean that is why I waited, or that's
And
not waited. That's why I got.
Here's this thought process. It's going to be a big ass thing, right? It's not going to be on my desk. I think it's too big. It's probably going to be on the floor under my desk.
Yes.
Am I going to see it less then? So now do I care less about the visual and just go with the disc just for the ability? You know? Because if it was something that's like a centerpiece and something that you see, it's like the disc looks like an eyesore. But if it's like I'm going to just hide it anyways, like I don't really care about what my PC case looks like, you know? It's under my fucking desk. It's on the floor.
Yeah, I mean it's going in my TV stand, like the shelf in my TV stand. So I mean it'll be sideways anyways.
So that's where you're gonna play Call of Duty?
I mean that's where I play Call of Duty now.
Oh really? I thought something you play right there where you're at.
Well, okay. Let me. It's one of those things where when it's hot as fuck, I play in the living room. When it's not that bad out, like in the winter, I'll probably play in there too. But
can you play on the living room at 120 frames?
My TV has that that fake motion shit. I don't know.
Oh, so you got the fake stuff, so it doesn't.
I mean, it'll be
120.
I only care about a 60 for Call of Duty.
On a TV, yeah.
Dude, I'm ready to buy a fucking monitor to run fucking 4K and, well, not 4K.
You play Call of Duty at 120 on your PC. What are you talking about?
Do they have 50-inch 120 TVs?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, they are.
How expensive are those?
Expensive.
Big.
Expensive.
Yeah. They're not that expensive, actually.
Well, true 120 hertz are very expensive. It's the one like the Samsung True Motion shit where it's like the fake 120.
The K LED fucking ones, which they're not expensive anymore. A couple years ago, you could buy one for like $1,000. All right, it's not that expensive.
But yeah, no. Back to your question, Anthony. It was a good question. Based on our prediction prices, what would we buy? I think it's really not about money for me. It's really about what I'm trying to think about what the fucking...
Okay, Jeff, I can't take you serious there. It's not about money? Motherfucker, okay.
It's going to be $50 or $100 difference. And
yeah, if it's like 600 versus 400, then obviously we're all going digital.
Yeah, if it's more than $100 difference for a fucking disk drive, then it's a thing. But if it's 500 versus 400, like I'm okay buying a $500 system.
Just to secure your backwards compatibility. And not have to worry about rebuying old games. And you could buy games for $5 at GameStop to play them versus games that hold their fucking price. Like I wanted to go play Dishonored on PS4 the other day because I have it on PC, but I was like, I kind of wanted to just play it. Yeah, what is it,
$40?
It's like still $40. Yeah. So I'm like, but if I go buy the disc at GameStop, it's like $15, $20 or whatever. You know what I mean? But of course they didn't have it. But I'm gonna just play it on my Steam Link. I'll talk about.
Here's my ultimate prediction, by the way. There will be an external disc drive. It's going to be announced in January. It's going to be announced in January 2021. I guarantee it.
Nope.
This fucking PlayStation's weird.
Could you imagine? They would if they announced that at launch, then I would get the discless one.
Exactly, no, that's what I'm saying. But their PlayStation will do it in January.
Yeah, no.
Why would they announce that?
Because they're idiots. I don't fucking know. I'm making a joke.
Because it means you have the option to add it later, but spend less upfront.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, why it should work an external disk drive because it's not really reading it off of it. It pretty much just scans it and it's like installs it and then that's it. It doesn't really do much with it, you know. It could go through USB, I guess.
They're not selling that.
I don't think it's really.
I mean, they did so the fucking PlayStation TV fucking thing. So I mean,
the last time we had an external disc drive was HD DVD on Xbox 360.
I mean, the last big one I remember was the MacBook Air shit with that whole situation. Yeah, I think Apple still sells the external drive if you buy a laptop a MacBook that doesn't have it. So like that's what I always look back at. Like when they announced the MacBook Air, they said, you know, if you are a classic disc man, we have this disc external drive. So
like
I would want. Yeah, I mean, I think the Apple one was $80 for like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I was just throwing a random expensive number.
But yes, I think that's about it for the next gen coverage. We also got some Call of Duty multiplayer news.
Before we
can save that and do a full episode.
We'll save that. Yeah, Miguel, you have any more? Yeah, take it away.
My because I didn't respond to Anthony's fucking question because you guys sidetracked everything. My thing is I want to go to and just get the digital edition, but my problem is like looking at the games are like selling for next gen or whatever. They're already like on sale. Like Watch Dogs Legion is already you could buy it for fucking $40.
But it's going to be 60 on the store, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's my problem right now. It's like there's still good sales out there if you want to like day one, Like Walmart, you could go to Walmart and buy a fucking brand new game for like $12 less.
See, that's the thing is like if we were purely just talking about like Sony first party games, it's fine. I'll buy every Sony first party game digital, whatever. But that's the thing is all the other games are the ones that I'm gonna want to try and scope out for a deal. You know,
like in PlayStation is getting better with deals, in my opinion.
but
Like almost every week
never gonna be
they're
as cheap as retail,
having.
though.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying like overall they're getting better compared to a couple years ago. They're getting better, and you could like if you wait, like right now, I think this week you go get like Days Gone for like $20 and Spider-Man for like fucking 22 and stuff like that. And obviously they change it back and forth, but do you guys hear a question for you guys for the future? Do you guys think that they will be able to do like when the game releases at $60, right? And like a year later, would they drop the price and just keep it at like at 30? And sell it at 30. Like if you go to the store, day one you could buy at 60, but like you gave the example with Dishonored, like it's $15. Like why is it a year after they're selling fucking, let's just for example, fucking what's the shooter from Gorilla that launched with the game?
Killzone? Shadowfall?
Yeah, Killzone. If you go check the store, it's probably still $60. It shouldn't be $60.
No,
That's got to be a PlayStation greatest hit at this
point. It's a PlayStation hit, yes. It's 20.
Oh, it's Horizon. That's not a PlayStation hit.
$20 also.
Right?
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm like trying to look for a fucking example, but
you got to go like
Let's
non-PlayStation.
just say Dishonored. But that I feel like that's more on the publisher, right? Not like on Sony.
Yeah, that's publisher.
It is, but look at it this way also. There are Dishonored, I bet, was $8 3 times this year. But
I'm sure.
Not. I think there will be.
Dishonored 1 is $8 right now, technically. But Dishonored 2 is the one that I was looking for.
I think this next-gen digital only, there will be more. There already is a frequent amount of sales.
Yes, there's getting a lot better with it.
I don't think, though, we'll ever see permanent drops where it's like, the thing's selling at $20 in GameStop, we'll make the MSRP on this
$20 in fucking like 3 years.
I know, I'm saying Best Buy, whatever.
Yes.
So I don't think we'll ever see the same parity between physical cheapness and digital cheapness. However, I think we will see a larger increase in more frequent sales because sales always stir up more purchases. People are like, $8 and then never play it. So I think we'll see more sales, less permanent price drops.
We'll see. But yeah, that's going to do it for part 1 of our next gen special. So this is episode 22. We will be back Wednesday night. I'll make sure to upload it Wednesday night after we record. What time is the event?
I want to say it's
4 o'clock Eastern.
Yes,
I feel like.
It's 1 Eastern. Is it 1 Pacific?
Yes.
So it's 4 Eastern.
Yeah. So okay. So we'll record. I'll make sure it's uploaded to YouTube and audio that night.
And the one thing that we forgot to say, do you guys? I think it's gonna be like pre-order now, right after the event. Do you guys think it's gonna be like pre-order now? Or
they said they will announce the date that you can pre-order it before.
Before what?
So before you can pre-order it. So I think at the end of this thing they'll say and
before
tomorrow.
I think they'll say pre-order starts 24 hours. Pre-order starts in 7 days. Pre-order starts something. I don't think the pre-order will start.
I think it's going to be before or after the 22nd.
To be able to pre-order? I don't know.
Yeah, the 22nd.
I don't know why. What's special about that?
That's what Xbox.
Oh, that's when Xbox start pre-orders?
I can see them saying the 18th. I'll say
the 18th.
No, Tuesdays. Wednesday's the 16th.
The Wednesday's 16th.
18th is Friday.
So Friday?
No, I'm saying maybe they do it the same day as Xbox. Oh, that'd be wild.
22nd.
I think it's going to be the same day that they announce it. My opinion.
I don't know. I mean, they have to fulfill whatever that fucking random.
They might be like, if you go to our website, you're going to be able to pre-order it now. And if you wait, you can do it.
Other retailers will be
18 or something
available soon or something.
Yeah. Or maybe during the event they send out the emails to the people who got the pre-register shit. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see in a couple days.
I want to get it from GameStop because I got a shit ton of money there.
I know, dude. I have $100 also when I trade my PS5.
I might just buy 2 and then sell one for fucking $1,000.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and that's gonna be the other issue.
Please don't.
I don't approve of scalping.
Please don't scalp people.
No, they're gonna do it. Then we know this.
Yeah. All right, send this out.
Yep, that's going to do it. We will be back on Wednesday. This is the Faster Than Reloading podcast. I'm Anthony. That is Jeff. That is Miguel. At Anthony Palm, at Mr. Brawl 96, and at Dark Angel 1010 _. We'll catch you all on Wednesday.
Peace.
Peace.